Alright, fish on viewers, had an issue with my starboard engine. As you can see, I bought this bucket right here, this big tub, and filled it up with water and started the engine, hoping that water would get sucked in through the vents there, and I can flush my engines without having to, use ear muffs or something like that. But I'm sorry, muffs, not really ear muffs. But it didn't work out for me. This is what happened. This is my old impeller housing, and as you can see, it burned the housing right there, which didn't allow water to circulate up through the engine. That was running for about a minute. So off to Starling Marine I went, and I got a new housing, and I got a new water pump kit. So I'm gonna actually install all that stuff back on here, and hopefully that'll rectify the problem. I might even put that one in the tub after I finish doing the impeller on this one. I also bought some muffs here too, and I'm gonna be running those muffs on there right before I start the impeller install, so I can ensure that water is coming from these vents up through the water pump housing area. The water is coming out of the top like it should, so I know that's good to go. Alright, so that's fine. Okay, I cleaned up the plate a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and install the impeller. What I like to do is put a little bit of a grease in here and slide it on. You see this this key right here? I have to line that key up with this little groove. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a groove right there. I gotta line it up with that little groove. Okay. Alright, I put a small amount of grease in here, and I also put a small amount of grease on the key there. So now it's time to put the impeller on the shaft here. You see why I put a little grease on there. It's kind of hard to push down, especially with one hand, since I'm trying to hold the camera with one hand and talk at the same time, and push down, I'm sorry, at the same time. Okay, I got the impeller on, and here's the old one. As you can see, the fin should be going clockwise. I know that because on the top of this there's no slit. On the bottom there's the slit. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's the slit right there that goes over the key that's on this shaft right here. So there's only one way you can put this on. Well, you could put it on the other way, but it's gonna not be right. So make sure that slit is down, and then you can see which way these fins were going. They were going this way. So I know when I put my housing on, I need to rotate the shaft this way. Okay, and we'll do that next. Now here's the housing, the new housing, and there's the the inside part of the housing for the impeller. Now what I like to do is I put a thin coat of grease inside here. Let's see if I can set that down. A thin coat of grease inside here, as well as along the outside here. And then I stick it in there. All right, I got the housing on, and remember I got to put the impeller is actually inside there right now, but I got to make sure the impeller is twisting as it should. And remember I said that this thing has a slit on the bottom right there on the left hand side, so that goes down like this, which means these blades twist like that. So these blades are twisting like this. That means this shaft here needs to twist that way as I'm holding down this, and it should just seat right on these little tabs right here on both sides. Now another thing I do when I put these screws back in is I put a light dab of grease on there so they won't seize. Just put it right in there like that so they won't seize up. Like I said, an ounce of prevention. You know, anything I can do to try not to strip a bolt out inside there or something like that. So that's it. So I'm going to tighten all those down, and once I tighten those down, we'll be ready to put this back on the the main engine over there. Alright, I got the lower units in the tub. Just trying to fill up the water. It takes a while. This is a 110-gallon tub, and as you can see, the intakes are way down there in the water, and this comes up to here, so it's pretty even. Maybe this is just a little bit higher than this here. So hopefully we won't have another incident where I burned out a dang gum water impeller housing. Same on this side. So the water is actually going to be running over a little bit when I start up the engine. I start up one at a time, so I did not start up this port engine right here last time. So I started up the starboard one, and that's when my impeller housing got messed up. So I'm going to see what happens this time. Alright, see you in a minute.